Welcome to your daily practice. It's so good to see you on this breezy morning. So go ahead and come into standing. Take a big breath, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, let the hands come back down. Just find your feet underneath you. Connect with breath. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, arms back down. Again, rising up, breathe the arms up overhead, and exhale, back down we go. Now let's bring the arms up like a cactus or a goalpost. Soften your knees and just gently twist side to side. Doesn't matter if it's fast or slow. Remember, you're connecting with the energy of your body. So let's just find a way to awaken the spine. Let your breath have a playful sense of freedom. Just twisting side to side, just getting a little warm. And then bring the arms down. Let's do some breathing arms again. Find your feet underneath you. And let's breathe the arms up overhead. This time the palms will come together. And exhale, pull them straight down the central channel, just the length of the spine. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands come back down. Inhale, rising. Exhale, just finding that sense of pausing, allowing yourself to arrive. Feel your feet underneath you. Just connect with the awakening of the day, the awakening of the moment. Let's go ahead and step to the front of the mat. Let's take ourselves through some nice, juicy, warming movement. So sweep the arms up overhead. Take a nice, gentle forward fold. Bend the knees as much as you need to. And let's pulse here 3 times. Just come up halfway. Exhale, bend the knees, fold back down. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, folding down. One more time. Inhale, just come halfway up, lengthen the spine, and slide back down. Put the hands on the mat. And let's step that right leg long behind you. Lower the right knee. Peel your torso up. Bring those arms back up like a cactus and take a big heart opener. Just lean back through the elbows. Then drop your hands back behind you. Take a nice long stretch. Breathe into that sense of opening space. And take your hands back down and let's just exchange legs. So step that right foot forward, left knee comes down. Bring those cactus arms up again. Stretch the collarbones, bow back, open the heart. Interlace fingers. Lift the arms back behind you again. Just make it feel yummy, waking everything up. And then the hands come down. Step both legs back. Find your plank. Hover there for a moment and then bend your knees, bend your elbows, hug your heart down to the earth and take your fingertips out nice and wide. And let's find a pulsing cobra here. So inhale, rising up, only to where it feels nice. Press into fingertips, open, lift the heart, inhale, exhale, lowering back down. Just undulating, just roll yourself back up. Exhale, roll back down. Just softening the edges. And let's transition back onto hands and knees, but walk your hands out a little further and reach your chest, your chin, your forehead down to the earth. Let your hips stay stacked over your knees. We'll call this pranam. It's just a kind of that gesture of humility, of honor. And bowing to the earth. Let your forehead rest either on a block or the ground. And then walk yourself back up. Go ahead and lift your hips up tall. Create the shape of a V upside down. Downward facing dog. And we're going to do some warming here. So one at a time, let your knees get heavy. And just lower a knee down towards the ground. Then the other one. It may also feel like you're kind of slowly marching in place. Just stretching out the back of the knees. Then let both knees come down. And lift those hips back up. Now let's take a delicious little spin. So lift your heels up and over to the right. Stretch out the side body. Again, don't worry about the screen. Just go with what feels good. Then come up and over to the other side. Drop those heels over to the left. I love this stretch in particular. Come back to center. Lift those hips and then sink down. Shift your gaze to the front of the mat and just take as many steps as you need to step forward. Come up about halfway, lengthen the spine, and then bow back down. Fold the upper body to the lower body. And let's rise all the way up. Sweep the arms up overhead, palms together. And then bring them right down that central channel. Let's step into some standing forms for stretching. Open the arms out long. Right foot stays forward. Left leg is back. And then just tip over like you're a teapot. If you need a support, if you can't get to the floor, guess what? That's not the mission. Grab a coffee table or a block. Find a way to lengthen. Let that left arm just take some rotation. Stretch it out, roll it around. Maybe even put the hand on your waist. Open across the chest. But find a place that feels really yummy for you. Imagine you're pouring water out of that right ear. The spine is nice and long, and you can really feel the sensations of the breath. And then let's rise back up. Bring your props with you. Turn your right toes in, left toes out. Now you're facing the back of your mat. Same thing, wide legs, long arms, and just glide out over the left leg. And take your time finding the place that feels good for you. Remember, this is about opening spaces, creating space in the body, and deepening our relationship with breath so it can be our teacher. So let this shoulder have some mobility. Just roll it around however it feels nice for you. And see if you could roll that shoulder back and lengthen through the chest. Just hanging out here. No rush. And let's come back up. So now we're going to twist this form. So turn back to the front of your mat. The right foot stays forward. The left foot is just maybe 1.5 feet behind. All your toes face the front edge of the mat. Lift that left arm up, right hand's on the waist, and just bow forward like you're trying to reach out past the front edge of the mat. Then you can take that left hand, put it on your shin, put it on your block, but allow the spine to lengthen and to twist just ever so slightly. This one feels really good across the back of the pelvis, the hips. And if it feels right for you, you can continue to rotate. So you can roll the left ribs under, roll the right shoulder back, but make sure that breath has lots of ease. And just enjoy being right here. Roll back down and come back up to standing. Let's just exchange our legs. So the left foot will step forward, slide the right foot back, move your prop if you're using it. Left hand on the waist, right arm reaches tall, bow out and over. Find the length. Then decide where that right hand wants to land. Maybe it's on your shin, your thigh, your block, the floor. Give yourself permission to explore. And this is how we create our own practice, our ritual. And then slowly sweep those right ribs under, roll the left shoulder back. And just see what shows up in the body and in the breath on this side. Make sure you can feel your feet underneath you so you have a sense of foundation, stability. Then let the breath add the layers of rotation, extension. And then let's come all the way back up. Step both feet to the front of the mat. Now we're going to move into a side lunge. So the right foot stays forward. Step that left leg way back. Take a couple of pulses. Grab your prop if you need it. Open the arms out. Pulse as you bend that right knee. Maybe let that right hand, right forearm just rest on the thigh. Left hand on the waist. And just settle into your lunge first. Again, feeling stability in the foundation. Then let's start to open up the side body. So let that left arm just circle around. Find some space, some movement. And you're just kind of creating the sense of the beginning of a yawn with the body. So find a way to access the left side of your body with some length. Maybe you reach the arm overhead. Maybe it's on your waist. Maybe it binds behind your back. And again, you're just listening to your body. Bring that arm back down, straighten the right leg, and let's do the same thing on the left side. So just turn the left toes to face the back edge of your mat. Bring your prop with you. And just settle into this side. Take a couple of pulses. See how the joints feel. And then let that left arm just rest above the knee. See if you can take your shoulder away from your ear so you're not compressed. Keep finding space. And then once you feel settled in, decide where you want that left arm to be. Then explore space with that right arm. Just be playful, be curious. There's no right or wrong. You're just opening up your body to a greater flow of energy. Let that breath get in there. Just opening up. If you want to, take that arm overhead and see how long you could stretch from your fingertips all the way down to the outside edge of your foot. How's your breath here? Make sure it has lots of room to move. And then let's come back up. So turn to face the front of the mat again. Step the feet together. Now we're going to go into a drop knee lunge. So you can pad the mat if you'd like with a blanket. So right foot stays forward, left leg steps back. Lower that left knee down, either onto the mat, a blanket, or whatever you need for cushioning. If you don't want any cushioning, you can keep that left knee elevated. And take your left hand outside the right knee and just gently lengthen the space between the collarbones. So you're just gently twisting toward the right. You can even take it further and reach that right arm towards the back of the mat. Let's go to the other side. So step the right foot back, step the left foot forward. Either lower the right knee or stay in that hovered lunge. Create some space. Take that right arm outside the left knee. Again, find that sense of lengthening from shoulder to shoulder. If you want to deepen it, you can take that left arm back behind you. Maybe even put it on your waist. But no matter what you're doing, are you in relationship with your breath? Are you softening the edges? And let's step both feet forward to the front edge of the mat. Come all the way up. Take a big stretch overhead. And then draw the hands back down. Now let's step wide so all of the toes are facing the side edge of the mat. Stretch the arms out long and take a look. Could your wrists be in alignment with your ankles? And then find the guidance of the breath. Take a big breath in and fold over those legs. Maybe let the upper body swing like a rag doll. Maybe you put the fingertips down, or maybe you rest them in the creases of your elbows, swing side to side. But again, find that sense of unraveling, letting the weight, the gravity of the head create some length. And let's take a couple of pulses too. So bend your knees a little bit. Kind of just stretching as we squat down and lift the hips tall. And let's shift into some side lunges, just bending one knee at a time and leaning over to each bent knee. Again, just creating space in the joints. Now walk your hands over to that right foot and just find a way to lengthen. Let's take it over to the other side. Just stretching, hanging out. Let's come halfway up and take a breath. And then let's fold back down. If you can, reach out and take hold of either the big toe, the feet, the calves, the ankles. And see if you can draw yourself a little bit deeper into this fold. Some of us might come up to our shins, or maybe we put our hands on the coffee table up against the wall, but just some way to find a deepening into this fold. Just enjoy how it feels. Doesn't matter how it looks. And then let's find our way to the floor. Either hop the feet together or just wiggle your way down onto your seat. So you can sit crisscross applesauce, or you can stack the right shin on top of the left shin, or the right shin is out in front of the left shin. Pad those knees however you need to, and let's just take a nice little bow out to the side edge of your mat. So it's just a nice little hip opener, hip stretch. Feels good across the back. And just find a way to release any holdings in the upper body. So you can use a prop, you can bend elbows, rest your forehead in your hands. But just again, allow yourself just to curiously explore the form and see what you can discover, see what you can find some softening, some release. Just taking away the rigidity of the body and letting yourself come into more of the juice. With hips, it's always a fantastic idea to not be in a hurry. So just enjoy your breath, enjoy your sensations. And let's come up. Take a twist to one side, put the opposite hand on the knee. Doesn't matter which one, we're doing both. And then take a twist to the other side. See if you can lengthen up through the crown of your head so you feel more space in the belly. And then let's lean out to one side and take the opposite arm and reach it up, or maybe even slightly overhead. Maybe even putting it behind your head. Again, enjoy what your body is offering and what it is asking for. Let's take the other side. Give yourself a big sigh if you haven't been checking in with the breath, and just find a way to open up and then come back up. Good. Let's take the spine and just spiral it like you're stirring a pot of soup. Let the ribs, the bellies have some freedom. And then reverse the direction. It doesn't have to be anything grand. Again, we're just looking for what feels yummy. And then take your gaze over one shoulder. And then turn, look over the other shoulder. And again. And then lower the chin towards the chest. Let the back of the neck, the upper shoulder girdle have a nice stretch. Take a big breath in, big breath out. Sighs are always wonderful. And then let's switch legs. So left leg's either in front or left leg is on top. And remember, if you've got a lot of real estate, a lot of space showing up from the knee to the floor, tuck a blanket underneath your thigh or underneath your knee just to kind of bridge the gap so that when you fold, you have something to fold into. All right. Enjoy a beautiful exhalation as you bow deeply over the legs and just ease your way into it. At first, you might come up to a little resistance, Spend a few moments there and see if you can focus a little bit more on the out breath, the exhalation. And just settle into whatever sensations are arising in your body. Meet them with kindness. And just breathe. Just enjoy the peacefulness of the stretch. And the quietude. And then let's come back up. Again, take a twist to one side. And the other. Again, lengthen through the crown of the head, top of the head. Get that spine long so the belly has space. Come back to center. Another side lean. Let both points of your seat stay engaged with the floor so you're not rocking up. Reach over to the other side. Come back to center. And let's go back into those spiraling spines. Just stirring the soup. And reverse directions. Just go around and around. Maybe give yourself a little smile if you haven't. Wouldn't want you to take yourself too seriously here. And then this time let's tilt the ear towards the shoulder and reach the opposite arm out, away, and down. Breathe into the side of the neck and come up and over. Let's do the other side. Opposite arm reaches out and down. Nice breath here. Come back up. And then reach over, take your strap if you have one, or maybe it's your pant leg, or maybe you've got a sock you could use, a piece of string. Either way, go ahead and lay all the way down on your back. Stretch from the tip of your toes to the tip of your fingertips. Take a big belly breath in here. And then let's bend that right leg. Put the strap around the foot. If you're using a strap, if not, just take hold of your toe or your pants and stretch that leg up towards the ceiling. Bend the knee if you need to, if that hamstring group is really snug, but just find the lengthening of the back of the leg. And then let's just kind of wag the leg side to side. So if you were looking at a clock, you'd be like 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 3 o'clock, but just finding your range of motion, letting yourself eventually land wide open with that leg. So reaching the pinky toe side of the foot towards the floor. Anchoring down through that left thigh bone so we're not rolling up. Then bring that right leg up all the way over. Switch hands with the strap if you're using it. And let the arch side of the foot reach towards the floor. Maybe that right arm even reaches away from you to deepen the spinal twist. Come back to center. Find one more stretch here. If you want to, you can take hold of the calf and curl your chin up towards your chest. And then lengthen that leg down. Bend the left leg. Strap or take hold of the toe, your choice. And let's go ahead and wag the leg side to side, just finding mobility. Again, just be playful with this. Don't put yourself under any expectation. You're just moving the body. You're moving energy. You're connecting with breath. That's our intention. Then let that leg fall out towards the pinky toe side of the foot. And just enjoy whatever arises here. Then bring that leg up and over. Switch hands with the strap if you're using it. Reach that left arm out to the side. As the left leg comes across the body, arch of the foot reaching towards the floor. This should feel really nice on the low to mid back. See if you can deepen your breath here and let out a sigh. And then come on back up. If you want that last little stretch, you can draw the toes towards the head or hug the calf and bring chin towards chest, nose towards knee. Take your strap away. Lower the legs. Reach the arms overhead. Big breath into the belly here. Hug the shins so the knees come up towards the chest, and just feel the spine flattening against the floor, the earth. If you want to deepen this, you can take what we call happy baby. You can take your hands holding on to the outer edges of the feet and pull your knees down towards the ribs, the armpits. If this doesn't feel good, go back to the knee hugs again. Let yourself just be held in a place that feels very nourishing. See if you can feel your breath against your thighs. And then let's take some rest. Stay here as long as you would wish. Rest is very important. Those of you who like to offer a sitting practice, you could also transition from this position back up to your seat and just enjoy some quiet time, just being with your breath. Thank you so much for practicing today. This can be your daily routine. It's just simple and nourishing. I wish you health, ease, safety, and please take good care of yourself and others.